3 scary true night shift horror stories. Never in my life would I do a night shift, ever. I don't care how much I'm getting paid.
My name is Cadence. I work the closing shift at a small dive bar in the quieter part of my town. The place is right off the highway, but the parking lot also has a back entrance that's available to the general town. It's nothing fancy, just a dimly lit spot where the regulars know each other by name, and the jukebox has been playing the same rotation of classic rock for years.
Okay.
Most of our customers are locals, truckers passing through, and the occasional lost tourist looking for a stiff drink. I like it though. The routine is predictable, the tips are surprisingly decent, and I've learned how to handle the usual bar crowd.
Okay.
The talkers, the flirters, the quiet drinkers, and the ones who just want to be left alone. Weekends are obviously a lot more hectic, but the thing about working during the week is that I'm expected to work my night shifts alone. I don't even get a bar back to pop in now and again.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, it's obvious.
When I was thinking like horror night shifts, I'm thinking of like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., right? 3 a.m., because that's the horror hour. With bars, don't they normally shut like around midnight? So how late is this night shift?
Obviously easier work and slower during the week, but I miss the company of my coworkers.
2 a.m. they
I
shut?
tend to be pretty vigilant during my shifts because we do get the occasional bar fight considering the kinds of crowds we attract. That's why I clocked the guy immediately. It was sometime after 1 in the morning on a Tuesday when he walked in. If I had to guess, I'd say he was in his late 40s, but he was extremely clean cut and well groomed.
Okay.
Not the kind of look you'd expect from a guy his age in an area like this. He was wearing a black turtleneck underneath a black trench coat. Definitely well dressed, but casual about it. I'm not sure how to explain.
Alright, so chat, picture this, right? He's put out the image of like a load of scruffy looking people. This is a scruffy looking bar. You know what I'm saying? You got the truckers. You got the people that just go to the bar. Probably don't really care how they look. They're just there to get drunk, have a good time, right? And then you got this guy who's clean, looking good, in a turtleneck. I mean, I bet you any money he's the only person here in this bar in a turtleneck.
Explain it, but he had this aura of sophistication about him that makes you think of money. Real money. Not the loud look at me kind. He glanced around slowly before walking swiftly over to the bar and taking a seat. I also remember him having oddly good posture, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, that's weird.
I walked over. He glanced at the bottles behind me and ordered something top shelf without hesitation. As I was pouring his...
Wait, what's top shelf in America? Is that like the expensive drinks?
...drink, he asked me if I liked top shelf without hesitation. As I was pouring his drink, he asked me if I liked working here with a smile on his face.
Okay,
it was a normal enough question, so I answered him honestly. I told him yeah, and smiled back. I then made a joke about being a bartender or something. I wish I could say I got a creepy vibe from him, but that's not the energy he was giving off. He genuinely seemed like a stand-up guy, kind of like the single dad at his kid's baseball game that gives the whole team a high five. He chatted with me for a bit, which I didn't mind since the bar was pretty quiet at that point. Eventually, he asked me if I ever thought about doing something bigger, which I admit was somewhat bizarre.
What, like
Again,
a Muppet?
Though, not a totally creepy question given the nature of the situation. I gave him my standard bartender smile and told him I was happy for now. He nodded and sipped his drink, seemingly disappointed at my answer for reasons I didn't understand.
Sorry, Cha.
After a long pause, he asked me what time I got off out of nowhere. That question surprised me. I hadn't picked up any kind of flirting from him whatsoever.
Yo. If anybody... Oh, wait. Is this person... Is the person's story a chick? Is it a chick? Well, it could be a guy. It could be a guy. But is it... I'm guessing it's a chick, right? Let's go. I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, yeah. If anybody asks me what time I'm getting off shift, never tell them. Never tell them.
So I was a little disappointed to discover that our conversation had just been another one of those empty attempts at getting my number.
Right, yeah, it's a chick.
I smiled and gave him a vague answer, trying to brush him off in a friendly way without seeming uptight. Before he could answer, I busied myself and began wiping down the counter, but he didn't press. He just smiled like he already knew, then drained his drink and pulled out a crisp $100 bill, laying it gently on the bar like it was nothing.
Oh, this guy got
Then,
money.
Without another word, he walked out into the night. I didn't really know what to make of the encounter. I know it sounds like nothing, but his demeanor was just so far off my radar that I was intrigued.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was you, I would go back to his place and rob him. I would do the crime on him, not he do the crime on me. That's just me though. If I see someone, whacking out $100 bills like that casually, I'm taking his wallet.
Either way, I figured I was never gonna see him again.
But just being a
got
creep.
on with my life. As it would turn out, though, I was wrong. About a week later, he came back. Only this time, he wasn't alone. There was a woman with him. She drew my attention since I hadn't seen her before.
His wife.
She looked like she was in her mid-30s and was dressed in a way that didn't quite match her age. Trendy, but off. Like
What?
someone trying a little too hard to blend in with a younger crowd. I
What?
watched her closely as the two of them approached the bar. Everything about her seemed calculated, from the way she smiled too easily to the way she leaned against the bar like we were already friends.
Is she an escort? She might be a hooker.
As I was setting down napkins in front of them, the very first thing she said to me wasn't a hello or a drink order, but a compliment. She put on this overly joyful smile and
want a
said, "You're so
threesome.
pretty."
They want a
Her
threesome.
fingers brushed against my arm as she said it,
Yeah.
lingering just a second longer than normal. I laughed and thanked her.
Yep,
I
they
could
want a
instantly
threesome.
tell that something was off about this woman. The man didn't speak, which I thought was also a little strange given that he had been so talkative last time. They ordered drinks and poured them, and that's when questions came flooding in. The woman asked me how long I'd been working here, along with how old I was and a bunch of other small talk questions like that. I answered in short, polite sentences, but I got the sense that this wasn't small talk. She was studying me. At one point, she looked over at the man, and it seemed like they were communicating despite not speaking. She looked back at me and told me that she ran an exclusive event club.
Okay.
She leaned in a bit as she said it.
Okay. Don't I think you hit it on the head. They might be sex traffickers, bro. Exclusive event club? Yeah, sure.
Lowering her voice as if to prevent her being overheard by another patron.
Sex
She
club?
told me that she's always looking for young, fun people for private parties, and that I'd make a killing. 10 grand for a weekend.
Oh! 10 grand a weekend? Wait. Hey. I might not be a pretty young girl, but hey, sign me up. I put on a wig. My boy Adam's got many dresses. We'll both do it. Sign me up, bro. Sign me up. No diddy. 10K a weekend?
Let out a small, forced laugh and told her it sounded too good to be true. She insisted that it was real and told me that a bunch of girls like me worked for them. Her smile never faltered at any moment, which was starting to creep me out. She steered the conversation back to the job, circling around the same words. Fun, safe, exclusive. Then, casually, she said,
Honestly, if you, I'm being honest, chat. If you told me I could get 10K a weekend, right? I don't even care what is coming out of your mouth. As long as I don't die and I don't get kidnapped, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. The money can pay to solve anything else, bro. I'm all good. Just tell me where to go, what place. Boom. 10K a weekend.
"You should step outside for a second.
I'm
There's
game.
someone who can explain it better." My pulse kicked up. I wasn't playing around at that point.
10K
I
is
didn't even
10K.
bother pretending like I wasn't creeped out. "I'm good," I said in a firm voice. No smile on my face this time. Just then, a group of customers walked in, laughing and talking loudly. The woman's expression changed in an instant, her friendly mask slipping just slightly before she turned to the man beside her. Without another word, they left. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't unsettled after
Hold up, chat.
that. Those random people had just propositioned me for God knows what.
Oh, we know what they're
Told
trying
my
to get you for.
coworkers and my boss about the situation, and we all agreed to keep an eye out should those people return.
Hey. How do you want me rocking up? Do you want me rocking up like this? You want me rocking up like this? Hey, 10K a week? I'm already prepared. Do you want me coming like this? I come like this if you want. Or you don't want that? I got something else for you. Or you want me rocking up like this? How do you want me? Yo, just tell me how you want me. 10K a weekend. In fact, yo, I'll change it up. I'll do 1 weekend like this, 1 weekend like the cowgirl. 10K a weekend. You think I'm playing around? I'm already prepared.
My boss assured me that he was always a 15-minute drive away should I need him, and the bar's security cameras were typically enough to deter any misbehavior. There wasn't really much I could do beyond that.
Wait, how was I standing in that? Oh, whoever captured this picture, you really got me doing some... What is that pose, man? That was it. Okay. Yep, there we go. Yeah. This is what we need. That's how I'll be coming. Nice, bro. Nice.
People had done anything illegal. I tried to push it out of my head, but a few nights later, after closing, I saw the car. It was parked.
Yo, I can't wait to see the comments on this video because a lot of people on YouTube have no clue why I dressed up like that. It was for streams. You see these guys over there, over on the right or the left, my left, your right. They made me do it, bro. Right? They made me do it. Okay, there's context to it. I know they're gonna comment something like the scariest part of this video was seeing those pictures. I'm ready for it, dude.
Across the street, engine off, just sitting there. I tried to tell myself it was nothing, but the feeling of being watched crawled over my skin like static. As I walked to my car, I kept my head down, my keys clutched tight in my hand. When I pulled out of the lot, I checked my mirrors.
Let's follow him.
The car followed.
Yep, knew it.
It stayed back just enough to avoid suspicion, but every turn I made, it was still there.
Drive to police
station. I took a
station.
random turn onto a side street, and it followed. Another, still there. I started freaking out internally. I knew it was them. I forced myself to stay calm, to think. Then, without hesitating, I navigated and pulled into the parking lot of a police station, gripping the wheel so tightly my knuckles practically turned white.
Smart.
The second I pulled in, the car sped off. Nothing happened after that for a while, but I knew it was...
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though, if that actually happened to me, I would have to leave work. Because they know where you work, you know what I mean? They're weird enough to stalk you and that. Like, yeah, something good ain't. They're just gonna come back and stalk you again and keep doing it.
Wasn't over. It turned out
something
I
bad
was right.
happens.
It was a slow weekday shift, barely anyone coming in. By midnight, I was wiping down the counter, half thinking about closing early, when the door creaked open. It was the woman.
Oh.
I immediately sent my boss a text as inconspicuously as I possibly could. I looked back up, and the woman was staring at me with that same artificial smile. She walked slowly to the bar and sat down with her hands folded neatly.
Hey, you know what? Right, I think this is where my tactic comes in good. In situations like this, when you know they're weird, you gotta act weird, right? When she sat down, just, I don't know, just say a few random words and just go, pow, smack her straight in the nose, right? And just go, oh, sorry, I just do that sometimes, right? You gotta weird her out, bro. You gotta make her think, okay, nah, this girl ain't it. This girl is weird.
Freak out the freaky. I was debating just telling her to leave when she said, thought I'd come check on you. My stomach started twisting, but I did my best to hide it. I told her we were about to close and that she had to leave, but she made this pouty face and asked for just one old-fashioned. I thought about denying her, but I figured pouring the drink would stall her long enough for my boss to arrive.
Okay.
So I turned around and got started, trying to keep my cool. And then I heard it. The soft, unmistakable click of the front door shutting.
Oh, no.
I looked around. The woman was gone. I felt this awful pit in my stomach as I stepped toward the entrance. Through the glass, I saw it. A black van idling just outside. Without thinking, I locked the door as quickly as I could. But then, metal rattling from the back door.
Yo, are they, like, they really want to kidnap her, don't they?
Someone was trying to get in. I didn't think. I grabbed the heaviest thing I could, a metal shaker, and clutched it like a weapon as I dialed 911 with my other hand. There was no way the police would get there in time, so I thought about making a run for it out the front door, but I didn't for whatever reason. I was bracing myself for a fight when I saw headlights pulling into the lot. It was my boss. The sounds on the back door suddenly stopped, and a few seconds later, the van pulled out of the lot with a screech.
Alright, listen, you definitely have to quit work now. You have to. You got no choice. You're gonna get kidnapped.
I embraced my boss,
Good boss,
told him
though.
what had happened, and he said he had gotten the license plate of the van as it was leaving. When the cops arrived, my boss reviewed the security footage with them. It was worse than I had imagined.
Yeah, I seen it, Bobby.
Just before the woman left, the cameras had captured two masked figures crouching near the front door, waiting. There was another person in the back who was banging on the door with his fist, clearly trying to flush me out to the front.
Oh my God.
It was downright horrifying. To make matters worse, the plate number my boss had caught turned out to be unregistered. It's been quite a while since this incident, but no progress has been made.
Yo, you're still working? Like, I know jobs that aren't easy to get, but like, surely this would force you to you just gotta, you know what I mean? Like, you're pretty much on the verge of being kidnapped. Like, they want you.
The only good news to come out of the whole thing is that my boss doesn't make me work alone anymore.
Okay, that's good.
Despite that,
Okay, that's good.
I'm still extremely uneasy anytime I'm scheduled for a night shift.
That is good,
I
though.
still question how they knew I'd be working alone. It doesn't make any sense. Even now, I often think about what would have happened had I given in to fear and run out the front door.
Well, yeah, Monk. Hey, joke's on them because they wouldn't need to kidnap me because as soon as they said 10 grand a week, I'm going, right? So, like, for me, they wouldn't need to kidnap me, so it wouldn't get weird. I'll just go. But, yeah, in her situation, she don't want to go for the 10 grand. So, you know, she's got to quit work.
I used to work the night shift at a gas station / convenience store off a quiet stretch of highway. I say used to because after what happened to me a few months ago, I won't work a night shift again. It's a small station, the kind that barely gets any business once it gets late. Most of my shift was spent restocking shelves, wiping down counters, and occasionally ringing up a trucker or traveler passing through.
Okay.
I remember the whole thing vividly. It was just past 2:30 in the morning. By then, even the truckers had mostly dried up, and I was left with basically nothing to do. I scrolled mindlessly on my phone, trying to kill some time. At one point, I stepped outside for some air, rubbing my hands together against the cold. I exhaled a few times, watching my breath disappear in the cold. The parking lot was empty, just the pumps, the road, and the dark stretch of trees beyond. The neon sign flickered faintly, and I remember it being hazy out, like you could literally see the moisture in the air. Even with the highway not too far off, it was pretty silent out there. Right as I was about to walk back towards the store, I noticed something move out of the corner of my eye.
Oh, that's a bit
Whipped
freaky.
my head around and realized there was a person standing behind one of the pumps.
That's a bit freaky.
How had I not noticed him earlier?
That is freaky.
He was wearing a dark red hoodie with a hood up, and he had both hands shoved in his pockets. There wasn't a car in sight, so he obviously wasn't fueling up.
Hey, don't judge, bro. Some people might want to pump up somewhere else, not a car. Probably not legal at a gas station, but as long as he pays, you know what I'm saying?
The only thing was, he didn't seem to be heading towards the store either.
Oh, okay, he's
He was
not
just
paying.
standing there,
Okay, that's
half
weird.
turned toward the store like he was watching me.
That's weird.
At first, I figured maybe he was waiting for someone, but something about the way he moved rubbed me the wrong way. He was kind of shuffling about in this circular pattern. I entered the store, but made sure to keep an eye on him through the glass. I kept track of him while pretending not to, hoping someone would drive up and pick him up or something. But after a few minutes, he started walking toward the door. Slow at first, then suddenly pushing inside like he'd made up his mind all
Oh my
at
god,
once.
that noise was horrible.
He walked up to the counter, but didn't say anything right away. Just stared at me like he was sizing me up. Then, in a rushed,
Would've
almost
gone out.
rehearsed way, he muttered that his car had broken down just before the pumps. He said he needed a jump or maybe just a little gas to get to the next town. I was literally shocked. He wasn't even trying to make his story believable. Like, I couldn't believe he actually expected me to buy his BS story. I offered to call a tow truck instead. No, he said, too quick, shaking his head. He just needed a flashlight, maybe some help checking under the hood. Something was definitely off, that much was true.
Wait, we got another horror story. A McDonald's driver is apparently disappeared. It says he's here, but you don't see anyone. Okay, yep. Good luck. Yep. Izzy's responsible for getting it.
The way he spoke, the way he watched my reaction, it felt like a test.
Lost
To
it.
be fair though, people walking into gas stations at that hour are usually a little strange, and I started-
Hey, I go to gas stations all the time in the middle of the night at like 3, 4 a.m. What you trying to say strange? Hey, some people just are night owls, right? I sleep in the day, I'm awake at night, and sometimes I just want to go get my gas or get some food from there.
wondering whether he actually
You are
needed
strange.
help and was just an odd person or on something. I asked him where his car was parked, and he told me it was just beyond the highway entrance. I was obviously skeptical, but then he pointed at the monitor behind me. I turned to look at the screen, and to my surprise, there actually was a car parked out there.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought to myself, oh crap, maybe this guy really does need help.
Telling truth.
And that's when it hit me. I had literally just been outside, and I would have remembered a car parked out there. I glanced back at the monitor and saw the slightest movement near the car's back bumper. Someone was crouching just out of view. A cold wave of dread
What's their plan though? They want to kidnap the gas guy, or do they want to rob the gas? Like, what's their plan?
hit me. I forced a casual smile and agreed to help the guy, but not before telling him I needed to grab my phone from the back office. I turned slowly, not wanting to spook him, but the second I was out of his direct sight, I slammed my hand onto the emergency panic button under the counter. The alarm went off instantly, screeching through the store. I expected him to
Wait, Izzy, you took the food and you just said you two when he said enjoy your food? Yeah, that's awkward. That's awkward.
attack me, but what he did instead was even more unsettling. His nervous energy disappeared. No more fake urgency, no more shifting from foot to foot. He actually relaxed. His whole body language shifted, and then he smiled. Not a panic smile, not an embarrassed one either. A slow, knowing grin, like he had all the time in the world, like this was amusing to him.
That's creepy.
I was in shock. I didn't even have time to get physical with him. In one fluid motion, he turned and bolted. I ran to the monitors just in time to see both of them take off. Not toward the car, but into the woods behind the station. The car just sat there, engine off, headlights off. No one inside. By the time the police arrived, it was exactly as I saw it. The car was still there, but the men were gone. No footprints leading away, no sign of them anywhere.
What weirdos.
And then one of the officers pointed something out. Something I hadn't noticed before. The front passenger door was open. There had been a third person inside the whole time.
What?
Police took my statement down. I turned over
Wait, how is there so many people about the place and you're not even realizing? Like, what's going on here?
the surveillance footage, and that was that. A few days later, they followed up with me. They had the car towed and ran the plates. Turned out, it had been reported stolen nearly a week earlier, over 100 miles away.
Makes
No
sense.
one had come forward to claim it. No reports of missing persons. No other crimes linked to it. Just an abandoned vehicle in the middle of nowhere with no explanation. That was months ago, and still nothing. I don't know why convenience stores are such popular targets, but I can say for sure that I will never work another night shift again.
Hey, it's probably because they're always open throughout the night as well. That's probably why, because they can literally do their weird business there when people aren't around at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whenever. Do you know what I mean? Not even a lot of money though. True. But you can get like good food whilst you're there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, chat. I'm leaving it at 2 stories. Why? Because my McDonald's is here and I haven't had McDonald's for a week. So if you think I'm waiting another fucking 10 minutes for my McDonald's, yeah. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. I'm getting my McDonald's right now.